Well, hello. My name is Chris Beal, and I serve as the Legacy Team Pastor here at Life.Church. And I wanted to take a minute and just talk a little bit about the history of what on earth is the Legacy Team. Where did it come from? So we have to go all the way back to 2020. We were about to walk into this pandemic. Churches were about to shut their doors for who knows how long. And then business leaders, if you weren't leading an essential business, chances are you were going to have to shut your doors as well. And I remember Pastor Craig came to me and said, Beal, we need to be connected to our business leaders. None of us have a playbook for navigating what we're about to go through. So for the course of the next year and a half, I had about 120 coffees, lunches, dinners with many of you, maybe even watching this, just to listen to your story. How are you connected at church? Like what's going on in your business? And there were a few common denominators that we heard that has made the Legacy Team what it is today. Here's what I heard. I heard a sense of either guilt or frustration in relation to their involvement in the church. Guilt meaning I should be doing more, but I'm so busy. I'm traveling constantly. I've got X number of employees I'm responsible for, but I feel guilty because I should be doing more. We heard frustration from people saying, I could serve in Life Kids or I could pass out a bulletin, but honestly, I'm pretty good at strategy and I'd really love to use what I'm good at to serve my church. So the wheels started turning. The more I had conversations, the more I also discovered so many of our business leaders have been gifted by God with the gift of giving. And a lot of times for those passionate about releasing resource to the church, it becomes somewhat transactional where a check is given and a thank you, but where's the ecosystem where people who have the gift of giving are being developed in that gift? So our mission on the Legacy Team is to level up the spiritual gift of giving to accelerate, remember that word, to accelerate the mission of the gospel through the local church. Today, you fast forward and we look at about 600 folks that are serving God on the Legacy Team, about 300 families. And it's pretty remarkable what we're seeing. For many, they found a quality and a quantity of relationships they did not have before with people that understand the pressure that they live under as business leaders and executives. The life group, it's really a life group. These people get together, they have meals together, they talk about each other's companies, but also they talk about their personal giving strategies and how they're trying to grow their own heart to win people who are far from God through the local church. And those conversations create ideation, and honestly, they encourage one another to grow their personal giving strategy. The other thing that we've seen is that when these folks start getting together, they start to discover they have shared passions. We have campuses where the Legacy Team financially underwrites multiple families who are fostering kids. We have one campus where we have this thing called the Care Portal, where we supply urgent needs for families that are taking on foster kids. Guess who funds all of those things? The Legacy Team. We have campuses where there are mission partners in the community that Life.Church partners with, and not only do they physically go and serve with these partners, but some of them now sit on the board, and they're helping direct and guide some of these incredible gospel-centered missions organizations in their communities. But it all started with people saying yes to this community, and yes, I want to grow my gift of giving. We fully understand that maybe you've experienced something like this at another church, and I just want to assure you, our motive here is not to raise money for the church. Our goal is to help you live open-handed before God. Our mission at Life.Church is simply that, to lead people, this includes you, to be fully devoted followers of Jesus Christ. And that means there's nothing in your life that is not available to God, your industry, your company, your family, your resource. And the byproduct of full devotion in your life is honestly more resources within the context of the local church to reach more people for Jesus. So the legacy team is very personal to me. One, because I just have a heart for those of you that lead businesses, that create jobs, and also we're passionate about stewarding your resource and making it go as far as possible to win the lost with the gospel of Jesus Christ. But the second reason I'm passionate is that I'm a dad and I have 3 sons. And my oldest son is an electrician in the solar industry, and he is starting his own company. And what's so emotional to me is that the campus that he attends, the legacy leader, Denver, has become his mentor, kind of coaching him on how to create the tax structure for his business, how to build culture for his employees, and ultimately, how do you become a kingdom-focused businessman? Think about the power of this. We are leading and creating something that is potentially multi-generational that will resource the local church for years, if not generations to come. It will outlive all of us. So what I'd just like to humbly ask you to do is pray. Is this what God has wired you for? Is this an expression of ministry, not just philanthropy, but ministry? It's holy. You're gifted by God to release resource. And God has empowered us to actually determine the velocity and the speed of the mission of the local church. So just simply pray. Is this the right next step for you? And then your next step is just to have a conversation with your campus pastor. Some of you already have. And for those of you who feel like this is the right next step, I cannot wait to meet you, get to know you. And I want to just say in advance, welcome to the Legacy team.